My name is EGGN521 Final Presentation. The overview of this report was to develop some home automation systems. They are a tilting and panning webcam, an automatic window shade, and an automatic door lock. The intent was to control all three of these with a simple user interface. Goals for this project are to make it affordable. I am a poor college student after all, and simple. Most houses aren't pre-wired to be automated, and so the intent was to use wireless communication and battery powered so that the system could be easily set up. Also, a goal was to make it easily accessible. This would mean that you could control it from anywhere with internet access. And along with that, it would require no third-party control. So any website hosting would need to be done on a home server. Okay, so the approach I took was first to figure out what I would use for a user interface. I thought about creating a cell phone app, but I just went away from that because I thought a web page would be more accessible. It can be accessed from any device with web control, including a cell phone. The next, I figured out what hardware I need. I used an Arduino microcontroller. I think that was an obvious choice for a microcontroller. For the curtain and door lock, I was able to use a Arduino Mini, which was much cheaper than the Arduino Uno, which was necessary for the tilting and panning webcam. I would also need motor controls. We'll go into more detail about that further on, and then wireless communication, just shown here. Once I had all the hardware figured out, I programmed the Arduinos and programmed the website. I then went on to test and prove out my projects. Okay, so let's talk about the user interface. I created a web page. It's shown here, displayed on a Android tablet. The web page is hosted on Apache Server, home server. It is written in HTML, but uses PHP to allow the buttons to communicate with the serial port that is plugged into the Arduino, and the video streaming uses a program called EGGN. Okay, so let's dive into the rotating webcam. Consists of a webcam, a stepper motor, some mounting brackets, another stepper motor. This one is for vertical tilt, this one is for horizontal rotation, a baseboard, breadboard, Arduino, and two Darlington motor drives to control the stepper motors. Okay, so this is the wiring diagram. We have the Arduino Uno. 4 pins are required for each stepper motor. They go into the Darlington drivers and tell the motors to step. This was also used to wirelessly communicate with the curtain and door lock. This here is a 315 megahertz wireless transmitter. Now let's see if it works. As you can see, as I press the buttons, the camera moves in the direction of the button press. Alright, and to show the camera in action, to save cost, I used Legos to mock up the camera rather than the mounting brackets shown in the design. In the background you can see the website, and right now it's being controlled on a computer with the same web page open. Okay, so that was the tilting webcam. Next part of this project was to make a curtain that would roll up and down from a given input. As the components are, you have a curtain rod, a battery, wireless receiver, a DC motor H-bridge, a Arduino Mini DC motor, and then a gearbox that has planetary gears in it, which make it compact enough to fit inside the curtain rod. And then that is attached to the mounting bracket with a few other components. Wiring diagram. Here it is shown in programming state. The Arduino Uno is used to program the Arduino Mini. Once it's programmed, the battery will be connected to these two wires down there. Alright, let's see it work. So I press the window shade button and the shade comes down. I then press the up button and the shade goes back up, with no wires coming out of the curtain shade. Alright, so next part of the project was to make a Arduino door lock. It is very similar to the curtain in that it has a battery, a wireless receiver, a H-bridge DC motor controller, Arduino Mini, a motor, DC motor, a gearbox, then we have the lock, and then the door. Wiring diagram is exactly the same, shown in programming state, where this would be taken off and a battery would be connected to these two wires. You have the wireless receiver here, antenna, H-bridge, and motor. Alright, here's a demonstration of it locking and unlocking. Alright, well that brings us to the conclusion. The project, it met the goals that it was set out to meet, and it also did so in a robust way. The concepts for the curtain and the door lock can be easily expanded to other applications, and wasn't one of the original requirements, but had fun doing it, so I thought that was worth mentioning. If you have any questions, you can email me or post them in the comment section below. Here are a list of my references, and that's it.